What is your name and what story are you telling?
My name is Gretchen. Ew, it sounds so weird to say your own name. And I'm going to be telling this story. I don't know if I want to say the guy's name because it's... okay. I'm going to tell the story of He-Man.
And the Masters of the Universe.
A long time ago, in a magical distant land, there was a man named Adam. And so he found this sword one day, and he became He-Man. And so he would take the sword. Oh, but he had this sidekick, and his name was the Cringer. But when he would find the sword, he and the Cringer would transform magically. And the Cringer would become Battle Cat, and he would become He-Man. His friends were Orca? No, he wasn't a whale.
Yeah.
Orca. And the Man of Arms, and the Sorceress, and then of course Cringer / Battle Cat. He had his friends, and they battled Skeletor and his minions. Anyway, one of the episodes I watched the other day was super fun, and one of the enemies, his name was something Cobra, and he came up and they were like, "Land Shark," and he came up and he was like, "I see that you," like he would do, yes, he was hissing everything. So that was his whole, I don't know, maniacal business.
What did he look like?
A cobra. He was just...
That's fair. That's a good assessment.
He was a cobra. So what happened was, he was like, oh, okay, so there's this whole thing that I realized, actually, this really took me back. So I was like, okay, I watched this show all the time when I was a kid. I didn't get the message. So the other day I was watching it and I'm like, wow, they really tried to make kids realize, there's a message behind all of this. So they're riding up and they're all like, "What are you doing here, Cobra?" And he's like, "I need your help." Oh, wait. I'm trying to think of things with an S, because he was like, "I so need your help." And they're like, everything was an S. So He-Man was like, "Cobra asking for our help. Well, that's a little bit different." And Orko's like, "Well, we don't like him, He-Man." And he's like, "But even though he's not our friend, we should help him. It's his time of need and he needs help." So I was like, wow, okay, they're really trying to drive this home for the kids. Even if you hate someone, help them out in their time of need. But what ended up happening... Cliffhanger. Not really. So they go with Cobra to his lair or whatever, and they freeze him. They get frozen, by these snakes, and they're all pissed off because they're like, we need it hot in here because if it's real cold, we'll freeze up. Reptiles like hot stuff. And Jesus Christ. I'm trying to recount this episode. So they go to the King Cobra, who has a big thing, and he has he's seriously sitting on his throne, and there's a jester, and he's doing all this jumping, and he's like, "So let me tell a joke." I was like, oh, it was so bad. I was like, this is the worst shit ever. comes out with Orko and Battle Cat and Man of Arms, and they're all like, "We challenge you," and they get frozen, and it's like done. And then, I don't know, the what's his name? The King Cobra guy, like the guy on his throne, is like, well, what do we have here? And then like on the, like off to the left, like this door opens up and it's like pew! And it was their, who they thought became their friend, like the Cobra guy. And they were like, oh my god, what? They were like, he's not our friend. He's like you know, yes, he was our enemy.
Cobra Khan, nobody liked him. You know about it.
You just drop some chips there.
Nobody liked the Cobra. He over-exaggerates his S's, and it's kind of annoying, quite frankly. I mean, we know you're a snake, but it's like, shut the fuck up.
So tell me about what He-Man looked like.
He-Man had the best / worst bowl cut. It was horrible, but you know what I noticed when I was doing all my research? Oh, there were a lot of dudes that had bowl cuts.
How many episodes did you watch?
15?
And you didn't do that much research? That sounds like a lot of
Cobra
research.
Khan was only a sometimes nemesis.
So who's somebody else that was
He a
on?
Sometimes nemesis. Sometimes. I mean, well, Skeletor that was it, man. He was the bee's knees of nemesis.
That was actually really impressive. Is there a lesson to be learned about He-Man?
There's a lot of lessons. There's a lot of lessons. Are you kidding me? I already taught you like 5.
Well, let's go to 6 and 7.
Well, alright, so, like, don't let somebody else make your drink. He-Man didn't teach me that.
But he should have.
No, like, be kind to your fellow man, but also, like, don't trust him, because he might be a snake, and then he might freeze you, and then you might get stuck behind Battle Cat, and Battle Cat is a pussy.
See you next time